please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live. Hey everybody, so it's starting to feel like today is trade deadline day, even though the actual trade deadline isn't until next Monday. Another major trade piece off the market. Brenden Dillon, defenseman for the San Jose Sharks, has been traded to the Washington Capitals in exchange for a second-round pick and a conditional third-round pick. So, pretty big deal here for the Capitals. And Brenden Dillon is a guy who isn't going to score a ton of points, isn't going to, rack up, on the score sheet, but he is a very solid veteran depth defenseman who has played for a long time in the NHL now. He's played most of his career with the San Jose Sharks, played a lot of playoff games, he's gone on some deep playoff runs. This is such a Washington Capitals type move. They bring in not a superstar guy, not a guy who they have to give up a ton for, but such a solid, great depth player, and just add to that team's depth heading into the postseason. And Washington, as we know, they're one of the top teams in the league this year. They've kind of been struggling over the past couple weeks, so I think now was the right time to make a move for them. We knew that if they were going to be adding, it was likely going to be on the back end. And they've added Brenden Dillon. I personally love Brenden Dillon as a player. He is my kind of defenseman, strong in his own end, big, physical, not afraid to drop the gloves if he has to. I think this is a great move, and this really is a great move for both teams. 50% salary retained for the Sharks. That really doesn't matter. His contract's up at the end of this year, so that's the end of that. And a note on the condition. This is from Pierre LeBrun. In the event that the Washington Capitals win the Stanley Cup this season, the Capitals pick will go from being originally Arizona's third-round pick, to Arizona's third-round pick in 2020, as opposed to it now being Washington's third-round pick in 2021. So that is the conditional third-round pick. Just got the details on that here. So right now, it's a second-round pick and the Caps' third-round pick in 2021. The condition on that third-round pick is it becomes Arizona's third-round pick in 2020 if the Caps win the Stanley Cup this year. So, not a huge difference there. It's still a second and third-round pick. It just depends. The condition is which pick is it. But either way, the Sharks get 2 draft picks out of Brenden Dillon, which is a pretty nice return. This is what they have said they've wanted. The expectation all along was that the Sharks' asking price for Brenden Dillon was a second and third round pick. They've got that. The expectation has been met, so that's good for the Sharks. They can get some new blood in there, get some younger players, and see who they get with those draft picks. And for the Capitals, I mean, you are looking to add to your defense depth. You've got some younger guys like Siegenthaler who may not necessarily, you might not want full-time in your lineup come playoff time. Nick Jensen. No, a lot of Caps fans aren't very high on Nick Jensen. One of those guys now, maybe you get them out of the lineup and Brenden Dillon takes that spot. And as we've stated, Brenden Dillon's played a lot of playoff games, been on a lot of very good teams. And 50% of his salary gets retained by San Jose. So that's not a huge deal other than fitting it under the cap for the Capitals, but his contract expires at the end of this year, so it's not like that's going to be a problem down the road for the Sharks or anything like that. So, man, the trades just keep on rolling in today. Obviously, teams are not waiting around for the actual trade deadline. They are getting deals done now. And it almost feels like today's deadline day, but we've still got almost a full week to go. So that's obviously going to be a lot of fun. I will keep doing my best to try and keep up with everything that's happening, guys. So with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon and merchandise store are in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.